Today we're at the National Restaurant Association show in Chicago, Illinois, and U.S. Compo is a part of the booth for Natural Specialty Sales, which is a division of Acosta, which is the largest food distributor in the United States. They're a $40 billion corporation, and the head of that Natural Specialty Sales, Bill, is here with me, and we want to talk to you, Bill, if we could, and would just like to know, U.S. Compo is a part of this booth as well as 21 other companies, and just like to know a little bit about the big picture here, Bill, with us, with U.S. Compo and these other companies, and what you've been able to create and build so that we could tell our investors and our stockholders and people about this.
Well, Bob, I'll tell you, the whole dream here was built around providing sustainable green and organic products to the food service trade, geared around a single source so that they're not out there looking for pieces of a puzzle, that we can present the whole picture. So we take all the pieces, we put them together so that when you talk to restaurant chains and you talk to hotel chains, colleges, universities, as well as the distribution community, we've got one source. They only need to come find us, and we can give them everything they need, from a center of the plate protein to a side plate dish to a compostable plate to put it on, as well as beverages and green cleaning products. So this has been sort of an 18-year dream of mine of building this, and having the strength of Acosta has really given us some clout in the industry.
Tell us a little bit about Acosta.
Acosta, I think you had said earlier, is not a distributor, but it's the largest food broker in the United States. Acosta's been around for 70 some odd years and has really become a powerhouse for consumer packaged goods, refrigerated and frozen products in the grocery industry.
I see.
7 years ago, they started a division called Natural Specialty Sales, focused on the organic and natural industry. 2 years ago, we launched a division which I head up along with my partner Percy Kleinops, and we focus on the food service trade, and it's very niche driven because it's all organic, natural, specialty, green, sustainable, which nobody else is doing. So it gives us a really interesting foothold in the food service community.
And what you do is you go out and you select the best companies in that particular product line that you feel are going to be the best companies to satisfy the needs of your customers and your distributors and everything else. And that's why you selected U.S. Compo as one of those companies. Am I correct?
You are correct. I mean, our whole mission is to bring authentic companies in their category. Every one of the companies you'll see in this booth here and that we represents really the category leader in their place. So when it comes to dry grocery, or it comes to frozen, or it comes to cleaning products, or it comes to disposables, we wanted to make sure that we were working with the leading edge players in the category. Otherwise, I think that the authenticity of what we're bringing to the table is diminished. So we really go out there and we cull out what we think is the best and the brightest.
What I find is a lot of our investors that are coming, a lot that have already invested in, and those considering investing in U.S. Compo, what they want is some kind of security to know that the structure is in place for this thing to work. And that a lot of them know that we've been, for the last 2 or 3 years, working with you and others to do the research and development. And what I appreciate with you is for them to know that there is that structure in place for distribution and all these things that are critical to the success of a company. For us to be with you further adds to our success, and plus we provide you with the best compostable products in the market today. And I just sometimes people think we're out there alone, which we're not. What you've done is added a whole new dimension for us and given us a whole new way to distribute this to the public everywhere, and also credibility in our product line.
Yeah, it's, you know, you kind of said it, it's critical that you have a system in place that's going to take you to market. This is a really tough nut to crack. Getting into the food service trade, you need to work with industry savvy individuals that have the relationships. These relationships I've developed over the last 28 years. So at 28 years, this is pretty much a profession for me. So we have spent our time in this class of trade in food service, getting to know the heads of some of the largest distribution companies, working with the smaller distribution companies, but building those relationships so that when you're ready to go to market, you've got an infrastructure there that will support you and the door is open to get your foot in. And it's critical to have somebody who understands how to develop your go-to-market strategies for food service. It represents half the food dollar. This is a $500 billion piece of business we're talking about. So opportunities are huge, but you don't want to burn cash. We want to basically shorten up the pathway to get you into the operator through the distribution channel without burning up a lot of trade dollars and just learning how the industry works.
Well, the thing I realize, and especially after being here at the show this week and all that's been happening here and the quality of clients that we got is, man, and considering the stock market and all the problems there, if you want to invest in the natural foods, the compostable products, that thing is probably the best place to go today because it is the future.
And we're not a commodity business, and that's the beauty of this. We're not price driven. Everything you'll find in our category of representation is selling for 25 to 100% more than its conventional counterpart. So this is a value-added piece of the business, and it really requires a great deal of savvy about how to go about selling this. The beauty of it is, in the industry, health and wellness is still key. People have not thrown health and wellness under the bus. They're certainly price sensitive today in this economy, but the reality is this category of business is still growing. It's not even flatline, it's growing.
Well, the other thing I've found is I've traveled all over the country talking with different people is what is going to change us too and give security to investors and to people that are participating in this is that more and more mandates are being put in across the country. No more plastic bags, no more chemicals in food, no more this and that. In Europe it's a natural thing, but you're really on the forefront, and US Compo along with you is on the forefront of this, where mandates are going to drive this. I mean, we're starting to work with military bases. They want organic foods, they want compostable products, they want all these things that you provide, and it's a unique market that is huge for the future, I think.
Yeah, and it's only accelerating, so it's got unlimited growth potential, and if you're going to be in an exciting area of the industry, this is where you want to be. When it comes to the food service industry, this is about as high-tech as it gets, and it's as innovative as it gets. We're not out there selling commodity oats and commodity fruit cocktail and sliced peaches and flour. This is all value added, and this is an area that people are very passionate about. So it's consumer driven, which I think is critical. When you look at how the natural products industry grew up in retail, it's not because the retailers thought it was a good idea, it's because consumers demanded it. The same's happening in food service. Consumers are demanding this. Municipalities are demanding compostable products. So if you're fighting this, you're fighting the wrong battle, because this is the one you got to charge into.
Well, I see this as the jobs and the investments of the future. A lot of other jobs are going to go away. A lot of other companies are going to go away. The plastic industry is going to see a huge change because compostables have been coming in. Even organic foods and everything with chemicals, people won't accept it anymore. And so you have helped to create that change and provide a platform, which we as US Compo are really grateful to you and your partner for the opportunity to be here, and we do thank you.
Well, Bob, thank you very much.
And our mocha.
This is the National Restaurant Association Trade Show in Chicago, held at the McCormick Center.